The windows are sort of, I guess, been a motif in my work for at least 10 years or so. Primarily, it's a sort of compositional device that literally frames, what I want a viewer to look at. In a lot of my paintings, there's always something that you have to look through or past to get to the subject of the work, where you're almost like a voyeur, I suppose, looking in on other people's lives. You get this glimpse of somebody's life and you don't know anything about them, but in your head you can kind of imagine who they might be or where they live, what they do with their days. Every painting starts off with photography. That's the way I've worked for maybe about 15 years or so. This exhibition brings together work from quite a few different series over the last 5 years. And some of those works are taken more ad hoc as I walk around the streets, taking pictures, looking into people's shops or looking into restaurants, through from the sort of public space of the street into different interiors. These are the women that work at my local bakers, and it's part of a series that I started last year during lockdown. So I started looking at things that maybe I had slightly overlooked before because they're part of my daily life, not part of my daily life as an artist. I spent some time at the bakery one morning. It opens at 6 a.m. and I went there at 6 and photographed Elaine and Elaine as they were working, my local bakers. And this is one of my neighbours walking her dog. I was really drawn to this scene in particular because I felt like it seemed to also capture something about that feeling of lockdown and like this enclosed space. Architecturally, it's like quite a kind of closed off space with the other block of apartments there, and the glimpse of another person indoors, as we were all spending a lot of time doing. These two paintings are of a woman called Joy, and they are part of a series that started in 2017. I'm working in collaboration with a charity in London called Women for Refugee Women. And I made portraits of 5 women that either had refugee status, like Joy, or were seeking asylum in the UK. Joy had been awarded her refugee status, which meant she was given somewhere more permanent to live. You could already see how she was making it her home. She was able to make some choices about interior colours that she liked. So obviously she likes red. It made me think a lot about how we make a space of home. And most of these paintings, they're never the moment of drama. They're always that sort of in-between moment. Now that I've opened the door to making work that's more personal to me and more about my own life, that's kind of seems interesting to me at the moment to follow that. When I was a little girl, all I wanted to draw were pictures of women. Sort of core interests, I suppose, like my whole life. I empathise, I suppose, with the subjects of the paintings. Either that's, I know what it's like to be that woman sitting in the chair, or I know exactly how she feels. She's bored, sort of standing there waiting for the day to be over. Something that's always an ongoing interest for me is this space in the paintings between these depictions of real women and then these representations of women that are around us everywhere, like in media, in advertising. Making these paintings, it's sort of turning reality into representation and thinking about how else that's done.